Hi everyone, Noah Frank here with the Drivers Market. Today I'm bringing you a prototype update on our twin stick setup that we are referring to as the DualShift. We are making these, of course, for the single and double case transfer case models. We are starting with the VF style chain drive transfer case for Toyotas, and we are moving into the RF style gear drive transfer case. We have a couple of different models of this, of course. The two that you see in front of me will also have different base plates to accommodate those different style transfer cases. We're going to take a look at these on some transfer cases here in a sec, but I also want to answer some of the questions that have come to us both on our Instagram, on the Timmy the Toolman Instagram, and on our YouTube channel. So I'd like to go ahead and answer some of those questions as we move through this, and we'll talk about kind of how this is going to be produced, what I need from you guys, and what you guys can expect from us. So let me spin the camera around and we'll just jump right into it. With the two DualShift setups installed onto these VF chain drive style transfer cases, you'll get a much better idea and understanding of the setups that we're going with on the left for the single case setup and on the right for the twin case rear setup. The reason that you want these in this configuration, on the left, it is because you have to work around the single case restrictions, which are in the automatic, the shifter bezel, and in the manual, the low gear reverse transmission shift interference. And then on the right, the reason that those are straight cut is because you have to work between your driver's and passenger seat. If you had any angle in those shifters, they may hit the seat cushion and interfere either by getting hit by your leg or the seat cushion itself and shift you out of the gear that you are intending to be in. Twin sticks are a really great setup. There just are not a lot of great options out there right now, which is why we've developed this twin stick setup to begin with. Of course, again, we are calling this the DualShift. For our model of DualShift, let's go ahead and answer some of the questions that have come up in the Instagram feed, on the Timmy the Toolman Instagram where we were featured, on our YouTube page, and DMs that we've received both in our website, thedriversmarket.com email, and on our Instagram DMs. The elephant in the room is, of course, that these are right now 3D printed. We are not going to have these 3D printed as a final product. In a final product, meaning a non-prototype setting, these will have a hardened steel shift key, and the rest, meaning the housing and the shift levers, will be out of aluminum. The aluminum will be 6061. We have a manufacturer setup for that, and we have several of options of hardening for the steel. We just have not decided on one to go with. Those will be our future production. The current is just the 3D print because we have to work around the production cost and limited prototyping availability. So to answer the question that we got a couple times, we do not think that 3D printed shifters are the future. We think that aluminum is the future, and the current models are only 3D printed so that we can show you what we're thinking. The next question that we got a bunch of times is, will we be making these for the RF1A style gear drive transfer case? The answer to that is yes. For our initial launch, we are going only with the VF top shift style of base plate. However, because these arms and shift keys are modular, we have built them in order to be able to utilize a shift base swap so that you can swap between the VF1 top shift style, the RF1A forward shift style, and the RF1A top shift style, depending on what shift style you have. This will not work for any transfer case that is not J-shift, and this will not work for any transfer case where the transfer case and transmission shifters share a shift boot bezel setup. This is only for when your transmission shifter and your transfer case shifter are separate, and for when that transfer case shifter is a J-shift only. That being said, those are from 1988 to 2015 on the VF side, and from 1979 until 1995 and a half on the RF side. So there's a lot of variability in the transfer cases here. You can put these on R150Fs, you can put these on G52s, you could put these on W59s, you could put these onto basically any of the W series, to be honest with you, transmissions. So there's a lot of variability in what these can go on. These can go into the T100, these can go into limited models of the Sequoia, the Tacoma, the 4Runner, the Hilux Surf. These are available for lots of different vehicles in lots of different transmission and transfer case configurations. But again, the one that we're going with right now is the TopShift VF chain drive style transfer case. Future models will be available in the RF style, but right now VF is what we're going with. We got a couple of questions about shift boots as well. Currently, we have identified a rubber shift boot that we think will work for this particular setup. However, the leather over boot is something that we are still working on. What will most likely be the best course of action, because everybody has a different leather color and every shifter is a little bit different depending on if you've clocked your T case, if you have a body lift, if etc, etc. We will provide you with the rubber boot. You will be on your own for providing the leather boot, and we will supply you with a video in order to show you how we are going to be modifying our leather boot to work. What we are going to do is take two Toyota leather boots and stitch them together, and that will be how we accommodate the two shifters for the twin sticks. The rubber boot will come in the kit. So in the kit, you'll get everything that you see here. So you'll get your shift knobs, your shift arms, the shifter base, and the keys and the hardware that go with it, as well as the rubber boot. That will be the end of the kit, and you will receive it already installed in this configuration with the cross bolt going through everything. The shift knobs are going to be a 12 by 1.25 standard shift knob size. So if you do not want to use the knobs that we provide, you will be able to find other knobs that are the standard Toyota size in order to use them for your specific setup. Another question that we received is, when will this go into production? And to be honest with you, that's kind of a tough question. Prototyping is very expensive, so we are doing this very slow in order to make sure that all of the tolerances and the actual production quality is up to snuff and where we want it to be. Ideally, the way that this will work is we will have a model that goes onto a vehicle where we do a couple months of product testing, and then we will set up pre-orders for the first batch of these shifters to come out. Now, the first batch will not be the dual case setup. The first batch will be the single case setup. And what we'll do in order to get that batch number is we'll shoot for about 100 orders. Once we get those orders, we will load up and start manufacturing the first batch. Finally, we did get a question on the installation time. The installation time will vary per transfer case. You will have to pull your transfer case in order to set up this mod. There is a reverse restrict lockout pin that has to be removed, and that means you have to pull the rear of the case off in order to slide out the shift rod to remove the lockout pin. We will be making intensive installation videos for this and other products that we make, where we go into detail about exactly the torque specs, how to remove, what you'll need in order to complete this product, and what you can expect from us moving forward. You will not be left in the dark on how to do this installation. We will walk you through step by step everything that we've done and everything that you can expect. Again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have more questions, go ahead and throw them into the comments below. My editor, Tyler, is going to go through and add some fun images and graphics on top of this still image that's been here for several minutes. But I have been behind the camera the whole time. This is not a joke. I'm right here. These are real. Everything in front of you is real. I'm real. And we are super excited to bring this product to you. I do apologize for the amount of time that it's taking to develop this, but I think you're going to be really, really happy with the overall production quality when it's all said and done. You can expect great things from us moving forward, and we expect to see you in the comments below. Thank you again for everything. I really appreciate it, and I will catch up with you guys in the next one.